So then guys, welcome to this part 2 video of hands-on with iPhone dummy models. So just yesterday I made a video with hands-on with the iPhone 17 Air with the printable dummy that we have right here, and I've done exactly the same with the iPhone 17 Pro Max and the iPhone 17 Pro design that we've been hearing about. Now you might have noticed I've got two designs here, and I'll tell you about that in a second, but obviously what I will say, if you do want to check out my video about the iPhone 17 Air and its design, obviously that's just above me right now, so yeah, definitely check that out. But let's talk about these two designs that we have right here for the iPhone 17 Pro models. Now, up till recently, we've been thinking that the iPhone 17 Pro models would look like something like you're seeing in these renders right now. But just recently, Jon Prosser actually came about and said, actually, I don't think it's going to look like that. I think it's actually going to look like this kind of design that we have right here, the one with the bigger bar on it. Now obviously there has been lots of leaks going around about this, like from Majin Buu for example, and Mark Gurman, you know, he's thrown his hat into the ring as well, and both saying that this was a fake kind of mock-up from earlier in January. And this is kind of leaving things a little bit puzzled here of which one of these is the correct design, or going to be the correct design we're going to see, or maybe we're going to get something completely different. So the best thing that I've actually done here then is just print out both of these designs based on everything that we know in leaks and rumors so far. So as you can see here, there's a quick little time lapse that obviously I printed out these models, designs and everything based on everything we know so far, and then here they are then side by side then next to the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Now personally, I am actually going to say that big bar version here is not as horrific as I thought it was going to be. It's not as bad. I still think it is not the best. I actually prefer the other design with the smaller bar, but that does look a bit more like a Pixel kind of phone here. And just to show you here then, you know, flipping it around here with say the iPhone 16 Pro Max, you can see the kind of differences that we have with both of these designs right here. Obviously, you know, one of them is kind of like continuing on the trend of what the iPhone 16 Pro Max by extending that bar right over, whereas the other design, you know, doesn't do that. It's actually got a brand new design very similar to like what the Pixel's got right now, but obviously they're a bit more higher up the cameras and things like that. Now obviously, like I've said before in my iPhone 17 Air models, these are based on everything that we know so far, and obviously these are just my 3D printouts of these designs. Doesn't mean finalized, this is what we're going to get. This is everything based on leaks so far. Instead of having, say, video renders showing it all off to you, I've done the actual printouts of it. But starting out then with this design that we have right here, one of the big things that a lot of people are saying, it's like a Pixel, and normally on the Pixel, well, I'll just show you here, I've got a Pixel 8a, you've actually got like kind of the bar here, and for example, you can actually hold your fingers up to it and, you know, get that, and that's quite comfy for that, but that's on the 6.1 inch model. But then let's say, for example, we have this one here, this is based on going to be the 17 Pro Max. My hands would never get up that high. Now, even if we brought that bar slightly lower, because I know Jon Prosser said, for example, they can't do this because obviously you would have the front Face ID camera at the top here, you know, and the dynamic island and everything. So even if we brought that down a little bit, I cannot see that if I was holding my phone, you can see here, like if I was operating my phone, two hands, you can see it's nowhere near the top there. It's just not going to happen. I don't think that you'd be able to rest your hand on that. And that is the other thing as well. You wouldn't actually be covering your fingers over that. I can't really imagine many people operate their phone like this, for example. It's just not going to happen in that sense. But overall, I'm still saying this is my personal favorite kind of design, what I actually like of this. The actual dimensions of this are exactly the same as the iPhone 16 Pro Max right now. So I've kept the same thickness. I've kept everything exactly the same. The only main thing I've changed here is the rear camera on this actual model. And obviously I've given it a white Apple logo just to show you there. Don't think that's actually going to happen, but yeah, that's that one. But if we move over to the other design that we have right here, now this one obviously, like I said, is an kind of more like an evolution to the iPhone 16 Pro Max. Obviously you've got that whole bar going over, and I think the only thing I can see as an advantage here is obviously if you rest down your phone, it probably just won't wobble as much. But having said that, I have thought about this, that even say with the iPhones that we have right now, the 16 Pro Max, the cameras come out more than that kind of square, don't they? So even if that was the case, that is to stop that from happening, well, the cameras stick out even more. So you're still going to get that wobble, aren't you, really? Maybe the wobble's not going to be as bad because you've got something sticking out a little bit more there. But really, yeah, there is a waste of space right here in the middle too. It does look a little bit more kind of a natural kind of look, but it does look a bit silly too, I must admit there. But not as bad as what you originally thought in some of those other renders that we have seen bouncing around on the internet right now. If it was my choice, like I said to you guys, personally, I would be picking saying I'd be having this design as my preferred design over this one right here. But that's just my preference there. But something else that's also happened this week is also been the launch or the reveal of the iPhone 16e. And alongside the iPhone 16e came along a really big battery life inside of it. Now, I believe that Apple probably decides to use one of those new carbon sort of batteries out there instead of a lithium one. This is the same kind of batteries that we have, like, say, in the Oppo N5 right now, that brand new kind of ultra thin kind of flip phone which just come out, and obviously possibly the OnePlus 2 Open, you know, OnePlus Open 2, whatever it's going to be called, is going to be that. It's going to have that exact same idea there. Now, I can imagine that if Apple were to put that battery inside one of these designs right here, or even the old design iPhone 16 Pro Max, battery life is going to be significantly better. That paired with having a C1 chip inside of it, though personally I think it's going to be a C2 chip inside of it, and even we've had a leak right here from Apple telling us that they're making the next generation of the C2, and I think they'll have to bring this out for the iPhone 17s, because one of the major things is that with Wi-Fi right now, that for example the iPhone 16 Pro and even just the normal iPhone 16 has Wi-Fi 7, but obviously, you know, the 16e only has Wi-Fi 6. It's 2 generations behind. So yeah, a C2 is going to have to come out, and that might even be more efficient. But combining that chip from them and also combining, say, that battery inside of one of these phones here, right now, if you were to watch, say, media on an iPhone 16 Pro Max, a video what's locally stored on that phone, and then, for example, that you weren't streaming it over the internet, you weren't using cellular, anything like that, you can actually get up to 33 hours battery life. Now, personally, I believe if this new battery and this new kind of chip goes inside of the C2 chip, I think we could even get over 40 hours personally. And, you know, and that's not being silly here. At the end of the day, do remember, like say the iPhone 14 right now, for example, the normal one, that gives us a 20-hour battery life inside of that. And then obviously the 16e has come along and said, here's 26 hours. So you can imagine then, obviously, we just have to gain, 1 or 2 hours extra in that inside a bigger phone with a bigger battery, second generation C2. You can see where I'm coming from here. It's more than possible to get a far bigger battery life, what's going to be incredible. This means we're going to be probably getting around about a third more battery life potentially, or a quarter to a third more battery, somewhere around about there. That is going to be absolutely amazing to get. But something else what's also amazing to one of you lucky people out there, and that's going to be one of my subscribers, is that you're going to get your hands on this new Mac Mini M4 Pro. So that's right, guys, I'm giving away this M4 Pro Mac Mini. This is the baseline M4 Pro with 512 gigabytes of storage. It's also got 24 gigabytes around to one lucky subscriber on this channel. And you can still enter into this giveaway right now. All you have to do at the moment is just put down in the comments below of what technology gear you're hoping to get in 2025. This can be Apple related or not. So for example, you might be getting yourself a brand new iPhone 17 when that comes out, or you might be getting yourself a new iPad. Maybe you're going to be getting yourself nothing to do with Apple. It could be the new Nintendo Switch 2, a DJI drone or something like this. Well, just let me know in the comments below at this stage. The reason why I say at this stage is because the second part of the giveaway will be happening at the end of March time, where I'll be making a video giving you details about a form to fill in too, and also when I'll be doing the live stream for this Mac Mini M4 Pro giveaway. And you won't want to miss out on that video. So if you haven't done so already, make sure you subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell too. And plus you want to be a subscriber because I'm giving this away to a subscriber. The last thing I just want to quickly say to you guys is sadly there are still lots of scammers and spammers out there. People still impersonating me, telling you to WhatsApp, Telegram, Instagram direct message. So please do ignore these people. Best to see right here. Please do report them. So going back to the iPhone 17 Pro and the iPhone 17 Pro Max design, like I said, these are just a bit of a crummy kind of print that I've done, but like I said, it's been based on the actual, leaks and rumors that we've been told so far with this. But one of the questions that you guys are probably wanting to know is, when are they actually going to be coming out? Well, for the release sort of time or the release date, it's looking towards that Apple will probably be doing an announcement kind of around the early sort of teens of September time, because past history, this is when Apple actually does this. And then around about 10 days to about 2 weeks later, that's when you'll be able to get your hands on the new iPhone 17 models. So that is not going to be that far away. Like I said, it's about 6.5 months away, almost halfway through the year now. So, it's crunch time now, we're getting closer. But then for the price wise, I think a big thing is depending on here is all to do what's going on with those tariffs right now in the USA. If Apple are going to suck up some of those tariff costs into their profits, or they're going to pass them on to us. Now, I don't know what's going to happen right now, but if everything was based on the iPhone 16 Pro Max's sort of costs and the iPhone 16 Pro, obviously the starting price for an iPhone 16 Pro is $999 for this, and then obviously for a normal iPhone 16 it's $799. So maybe Apple will match that for now, because they have been matching that for many years in US dollars. Obviously I know other currencies and other things around the world, depending on how strong your currency has been towards the US dollar, depends on what's been happening to you there. So yeah, it's going to be interesting to actually see what's going to happen with the price, but I think the best thing you can do is to stay tuned for that. So with that, what I'd recommend doing, if you haven't done so already, is to subscribe to this channel and also hit that notification bell, because the second we know more about the pricing, I will let you guys know. The last thing I just want to quickly say, if you've enjoyed watching this video today, please also do press the like button. Until next time guys, I will see you really soon. Take care. Bye bye.